Hey, what's up, everybody? JC's in the house. Everyday thoughts. Everybody gather around. Special guest with me tonight, Mr. Mario himself. Everybody gather around, and tonight's topic is submission. What is submission? Why do a lot of men feel like submission is the end of all, be all? So everybody gather around. JC, Mario's in the building. But for me, I feel like a lot of men feel like submission is being dominant, being domineering towards that woman, and a lot of times, a lot of men feel like submission is her just being a slave to him. She don't have no kind of voice, she don't have no kind of willpower. So right off the back, that's what I feel like submission is to a lot of men. But I feel like submission is a two-way street. You submit to her, and then she submits to you, willing, lovingly. In a fashionable manner. It shouldn't be any kind of pushback, any kind of blow. Everything should come naturally. And I do feel like when a woman is loved correctly, that submission is her run natural response. So everybody just gather around. Who we got in the building? We got Justin, Crystal, Adisa, Crystal. Yeah, I'm just waiting on Mario to come join me real quick. Hope everybody's having a good night, a blessed night. What's going on, Shalonda? I'm just waiting on Mario to come join me real quick. About to get it rolling. What's going on, Christy? Hold on one second. Waiting on Big Brother to come join me tonight. What's going on, Crystal? What's going on, Crystal? But yeah, though, I mean, a lot of men, they feel like a woman can't be submissive, or they're only submissive to white men. But I feel like a lot of women, they are very submissive to a lot of men. But you have to be a man first. You have to demonstrate leadership. You have to demonstrate you willing to compromise. You willing to sacrifice for her. Hold on one second. About to bring Mario on. What's going on, Shamika?
Big bro, what's up?
Yo,
Can
what's
you hear me?
poppin', man? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear you. What's going on with you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Blessed and highly favored, man.
You didn't Crystal, what's going on? You didn't had a busy day today, bro. You didn't had a busy day.
Hell, what you mean? Nah, I'm just taking it easy today. That's all. We're working
No
like
doubt.
crazy. Just taking it easy today. But what's
No
good with
doubt.
you,
No
though,
doubt.
man? Let
I'm
everybody know
good,
about
man. Just
yourself.
just just enjoying life right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who it is, I'm Mario Cochran, aka Mr. KTU 101. You can catch me on all social media platforms, but most of all, please come and check me out on YouTube. I love to have feedback and great conversation or whatever. So I just try to be like my brother JC, with those everyday thoughts. No doubt.
I appreciate you, man. What's going on, Ashley, Lakeisha, Nina? What's up, everybody? Miss Covington, So tonight's topic is Ashley. Girl, Ashley, she on for you. She gonna be coming with you. Yeah, I got a little animated earlier today, but
Conversation.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, tonight's topic is about submission. I gave out my brief definition of it. What's your take on it?
The video paused for some reason, brother. Say that again.
No, I was saying, what's your take on submission?
Man,
That's the
I
main
didn't
thing.
even want to start. I didn't even want to start this one off. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure JC start this one off. I didn't even want to start this off. You had so much heat. You had so much hotness. Your whole Facebook page was lit. I just wanted to give you a chance to go ahead and do your thing, bro. And I'm gonna caveat off you.
Okay.
Lakeisha said she
Well,
had to pop in for this one.
but no, I mean, I just feel like a lot of times, like men feel like submission is like being subordinate, being a dictator, not being a leader. It's kind of like do what I say, not showing an example of what submission is. I feel like submission is a two-way street. You submit to her, and she submits to you. Not coming together. But what's your take though?
Okay, so when we talk about submission, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you share. I want y'all to invite some people because we're gonna say some very key things in here tonight. Okay, some things you're gonna like and some things you ain't gonna like. That's just how it goes down. But let's talk about submission. A lot of times you talk about submission, we don't normally put submission to men. That stigma, that title, that phrase, it doesn't normally go to men. So let's just be real and upfront right now. A lot of times when we talk about submission, it's to women. It's for women. It's for women actually, giving their man the opportunity to lead. So let's break down what submission is. Submission doesn't mean I'm about to be your slave. I'm about to be disrespected. You're about to do whatever you want to do in a relationship. You don't have to communicate with me. You can come in a house anytime you want to. You can have however many girlfriends you. That's not submission. All right. Submission don't mean stay at home and cook all the time. The man go out and be the breadwinner and you got to stay at home and make the babies and fix the house up. That's not submission. Submission is allowing a man to be a man inside the household. Submission is allowing a man to be a man outside the household. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked. Here we go, right? So it's not being a woman that you with. It's not being argumentative with the woman that you're with. It's not trying to challenge her in a negative fashion at every point and every turn. It's about working with her, but honestly being able to say, okay, at the end of the day, we need results. We need to come up with those results. Then it's up to you as a man to make sure that you listen to your woman, your queen, whatever it is that you call her, to listen to her and say, okay, well, what's the best game plan? Submission could be, I'm just gonna listen to my man right now talk. And if he don't come up with, then I'm gonna rock out and I'm gonna go ahead and start and I'm gonna implement my game plan. So submission is not being weak. Submission is not being abused. Submission is not being misled. Submission is saying, I'm giving you the opportunity to do what God put you on the earth to do, provide, protect, and be a role model. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's not about a man sitting up there working and providing, and a woman just being in the house in the kitchen. Submission is all about togetherness, being compatible with one another. What I'm saying? If the man, as far as the quarterback, he needs a good head coach to, call and plays to. You may not have the best decision, you may not have the best situation, but y'all supposed to come together as a team and come together for a game plan. There might be some things you're weak in, she's strong in. You're strong and she's weak in. So y'all, it's all about a balancing act.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's going
I think
on,
I
Marie?
think I
Go
think
on.
what happens is a lot of times, man, we as men, we say that, especially in the black community, sometimes we as men, we say things that are ignorant. I'm talking about in reference to the men. And I'm gonna get on y'all for a minute, fellas. If there's a problem, let me know. God damn it. Okay, here we go. So sometimes we say that our black women, they're too vocal, they're too reference to just trying to run things. So I say to this, I say that if a woman has never had a strong black man in her life, She is going to do what comes naturally from the front. That means saying, I'm not going to wait for you to tell me what I should be doing. I'm not going to wait for you to tell me to go to the gym. I'm not going to wait for me to tell me to go shopping, to go get my hair done, to go out and mingle. I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to do what I need to do because you as a black man are afraid to lead, or you don't know how. It's some black men that don't know how to lead. And I think we get the preconceived notion that every black man has been raised in a household where he's been taught how to lead. No, that's not the case. Some black men are mama's boy. No, sir. Some black men are just afraid of confrontation. Some black men can't communicate. Here's the thing, black men don't have to be perfect. Black men have to realize, and before y'all get to, oh well, he just trying to downgrade the black man. No, black men have to realize that sometimes God has given women the leadership ability for us to say, okay, that's a better idea. That's really what it's about. That's a better idea. Let's implement that idea. They may be better at finances. They may be better at traveling, communication. They may be better at parenting. They may be better. And if they're better, then okay, accept that. Let your egotistical values kind of fall back for a second and say, you know what, Queen, holla at me. Make me smarter, make me stronger. I appreciate you for being in my life. The problem is, JC gonna like this. The problem is that we as black men have been taught to be hard, but not be intelligent. Anybody listening to me? We have been taught to be hard, right? Thuggish, right? I'm a tattoo here, I'm a tattoo here, I'm gonna put a tattoo up under my lip, right? Hard, but not intelligent. And some people say, well, as long as he's street smart. He's street smart, but when he walks into a boardroom or he walks into walks into a bank to get a loan, he can't articulate why he needs the loan. When it's time to fill out the application, you got to fill out the application form because he don't know how to write very well. You get what I'm saying? Not intelligent. JC, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, like I said before, I mean, a lot of brothers they come from these broken homes. They only, a lot of times you just was raised by single mothers, and not everybody knows what leadership is. Nobody knows know what it means to be a man. So a lot of times, you kind of look to your girlfriend instead of looking at her as a partner, as an equal. You look at her as your mom or your stepmother or your aunt because you haven't really been shown properly what it means to be a man. And a lot of times, a lot of women, like I said, they have a choice to be strong, independent because a lot of the time they're used to doing everything. So when a man comes to their life, it's like, okay, that's great, but I've been doing this for so long. Like, what I need you here for? Like, not to be disrespectful, but it's like,
Yeah. Okay.
I've had to rely on myself for so long. It's like, what are you here for? So sometimes.
Go ahead, JC. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like sometimes like indirectly they're pushing men away, but it's not really like it's not intentionally though because they're just so used to it, like pumping their gas or just getting trashed, etc. It's like they've been doing this for so long. It's like sometimes some of them they get kind of turned off when you try to hold the door open for them, or even try to pay for a date because they're so used to just doing everything for themselves.
JC, you just, for all of your viewers, for all of your subscribers, for everybody that's listening right now, listen to me. You just hit the nail on the head. Women are accustomed. They have grown accustomed to leading themselves. They have grown accustomed to being in relationships with themselves. That means I'm in a relationship by parenting my child or my children, going to work, and coming home to a house that's empty. I'm gonna put on, look, I'm gonna drink some wine, I'm gonna run a bubble bath, and I'm gonna play some jazz, and I'm gonna sit back to candlelight because I'm accustomed to leading myself. So now when you get a man who let's say he only listens to rap music, he don't know anything about R&B, really setting the atmosphere, setting the tone, doing anything sensual, doing any foreplay is not in his vocabulary. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the thing: a woman that's used to catering to herself, nurturing her needs and wants, whether it's sexually, whether it's mentally, stimulating herself. You understand what I'm saying? Financially supporting her. I'm trying to school somebody. If y'all listen to me, I'm trying to school y'all right now.
Yeah, make
So
sure y'all doing this, everybody.
she's used to doing those things. So with that being said, it's going to take a man that understands how a woman thinks. It's going to take a man that understands that, you know what, she's already a strong woman. So I don't need to approach her like, yo, hey, shorty, come here for a minute. I don't need to smack her on the butt, right? I don't need to put on a big ass gold chain, throw on some gold teeth. Stay with me. I don't need to do a whole lot of Stevie J lingos. I need to talk to her. I need to approach her as a confident black man. I don't need to show my bank account. I don't need to even show my credit score. What I need to do is approach her as a confident black man, right? And ask her on a solidified date to get to know her, to let her get to know me, and we assess each other and figure out what's the next step for us. That's what we do. That's what we do. But the thing about it is we think that submission, ladies, I want y'all to hear me real quick. Submission for most black men is you allowing that man to do whatever the fuck he want to do. I'm sorry if I just cursed. I'm sorry. Submission is allowing that man to do whatever he wants to do. No, submission ain't saying, well, you my girl, but let me sleep with your homegirl. Oh my God. That's not submission. But some people got submission, that word, when you hear you're not a submissive black woman, right? You're not a submissive black woman, but you are a submissive black woman. The thing about it is you're not going to be submissive to a weak man. You're not going to be submissive to a man that can't lead. If you can't figure out what you got going on and what you bring to the table, your self-worth, do not expect someone else. And this is both ways. Ladies, I'm going to be talking about y'all in a minute. Hold on. I ain't done yet. You can't expect someone to think self-value and self-worth if you don't value your own self. Bro, talk to me.
Yeah, let me send out some shout outs. What's going on? Shamika, Zatora, Nina, Tony, Sparkle, Tina, Denise, Maurice, Lily, Pamela. Yeah, though you're right though. But also too, a lot of people will say like a woman is more she can be submissive to her employer, she can be submissive to her boss, but she can't be submissive to her man. Like, what's your take on that?
She could be submissive to, what was the first thing I heard? Boss, and what else?
Yeah, like her boss, her manager at work, but when it comes down to her man, sometimes men feel like, she can't really be submissive to him.
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of African American CEOs, and I'm going to even broaden the spectrum. A lot of CEOs that's women, CEOs, right? A lot of CEOs that's women, they already have the mentality set that this is what I need to do to be and stay successful. I'm going to say that one more time. To be and stay successful. If they meet someone that does not have that confidence level, that means instead of making eye contact with them, you looking off. Instead of shaking their hand firmly, you got a weak handshake. Instead of talking so that way you're articulating what you're saying, everything is a catchphrase or some slang or something you think is real cool, right? You can't stand there and talk to her. What you're trying to do is get her back to your car so she can see what you're driving. Huh? You can't, you don't think, let me take you to lunch. What you want to do is you want to hurry up and get her to your house. A woman that is stable in regards to her mental stability, she understands and she's able to read a fuck boy. I'm sorry. I said it. You don't like it? I'm sorry. JC, I'm sorry.
How you good?
She's able to see one from a mile away. And those are the people that men say, oh, she's stuck up. She ain't stuck up. She just ain't got time for you. And vice versa. Females, ladies, if a man knows his worth, you might get a one-night stand. You might get a situationship, but you're not about to get a relationship. If he knows his worth, he's going to entertain the situation just enough. He's going to entertain the situation just enough, because just like women can know their worth and know their value, men can know that. Men can be educated. Men can take care of their business. Men can be physically, socially, mentally, and financially fit. And if they meet someone that don't meet the criteria, they're gonna throw the deuces up. That's just real shit, man. Talk to me, bro.
No, no, you're right about that. You know, men have their own standards too. You know, a lot of men that they're on their grind, they're working, being successful. You know, they don't have time for the drama. They don't have time for, you know, women that's not on their stuff together, because he's looking for a queen. He's not looking for, you know, a little girl to mess with. You know, he want a queen that's going to help him build or help build together. You know, he's not going to. He don't want to deal with a woman, a weak-minded woman who's not strong. He's not like the Obama type. You know, he's not going to be there for him. You know, when the dust settles. You know, so you know that's what women have to realize too. You know, a lot of times you feel like, you know, dudes, you keep running to, you know, the F boys and dudes who just want sex, who just want your body, but it's like, how are you elevating your mind? How are you, what you bring to the castle? What you bring to this kingdom? You know.
So let's do this, JC, because I want to make sure that these people, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuning in right now, we're talking about submission. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my brother's JC platform, Everyday Thoughts. Make sure y'all tune into his YouTube channel, Everyday Thoughts. My man be kicking a lot of knowledge, or whatever case be. We don't agree all the time. However, my brother be kicking a lot of knowledge. If you're on YouTube and you just happen to stumble across Mr. KTU 101, that's my channel. Make sure you hit me up. Send me a friend request. I love the feedback and the conversation. So right now we're talking about submission, but I want to make sure that we go deeper than that, because I know we got a lot of intelligent people tuning in right now. So make sure y'all share and invite y'all friends. So here's the thing. Submission. When we talk about submission, if we're banking that society is going to teach us what submission to your man or to your woman or to someone that you have in a relationship is, we're sadly mistaken. We need to find people with a common balance. Hopefully, we can find someone that's been in a relationship for quite some time and they're successful. Here's the thing. When you're in a successful relationship, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have misunderstandings, because that's life. But how do you handle those misunderstandings? Do you have a straight falling out and you don't talk to each other for months? Is it hatred? Now I hate you, you hate me? Or are you able to say, you know what? I'm pissed off right now. Give me an hour. Give me until tomorrow so we can come back, or whatever case and be. Submission is being able to say, I don't agree with you, but I hear you. I don't agree with you, but I hear you. And that's for both sides. That's for men and women. Some men don't want women to tell them what to do, because they don't feel that women are strong enough, are educated enough, or is prominent enough to tell them what to do. And that's why I said, when you meet somebody for the first time and you're thinking this person has the potential to first of all to show me that they're ready to be in a relationship. The next thing happens is you start, ladies, I want you to start seeing, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to start exercising submission. Because submission could be this. Because you know the guys, here's the thing. A guy asks you to go to the movies. Okay, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let JC talk. He like, hurry up and shut up. I'm going to say this.
No, you're good.
Guys ask you to go to the movies, right, ladies? And you say, well, he asks you what type of movie you like. Well, I want to go see the new Endgame movie, The Avengers. And look, say that guy is not a Marvel fan, right? Here's what he do. Because he wants to be cool with you. He wants to be down with you. He wants to submit to the situation. He's going to say, you know what? Okay, cool. Let's roll forward. Now you guys have been dating, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now he's saying, you know what? Nah, I don't want to go see that. That ain't my style. That ain't my style. I don't like that. What I'm saying is, from the jump, from the stilo, whoever you are, make sure you present that up front. If you don't like them type of movies, say that up front. If you don't like that type of sex position, say it up front. If you don't like the way a person chew their food, say it up front. If you don't like the fact that he pee on the toilet seat and leave it up, say it up front. Anything that's going on in your relationship as you get to know somebody, Do not be submissive to the bullshit. Don't be submissive. That's the wrong time to be submissive. You need to be who you are. If you're not used to anybody saying they getting loud with you, they disrespecting you, make sure you're upfront about who you are so that way you can move forward with what you want in that relationship. Somebody talk to me.
Yeah, hello, me. Send out some shout outs. What's going on? Denise said everyone's discussing this topic on my timeline. What's going on, Thomas? What's going on, Trigger, Jennifer? You know, like I said before, I mean, like I said, submission is just like I said, submission is a two-way street. You know, like you said before, a lot of dudes they just feel like the woman's supposed to not have any kind of voice, can't have no kind of communication with him. What he says goes. But like I said, I feel like actually being a dictator. It's not, you know, acting to her in a loving manner. That's just being a dictator to her. Sometimes, women don't mind submitting, but you have to be a man to have a vision and have a leadership qualities. You know, what's going on, Melissa? What's going on with you?
So let's make sure that we capitalize on some of this stuff. Denise says everyone discussing this topic on my timeline. Sparkle says he's all over the place. Shamika says continue courting your mate after you get them in a relationship. I think I just seen something that was very very good. I don't know where it went though.
Or Tony?
I need a strong, confident. No. I don't know if it just got deleted or what. Learn one another's love language, and as Sparkle says something very keen. Learn the other person's love language, and that's very key. But also, here's the thing: the issue is that when you first meet someone, you don't portray who you really are. You let things go. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, you shouldn't let those things go. Now, it's one thing to compromise. However, a lot of women might say, okay, well, say a guy want to take you to his favorite nightclub. You might not like reggae. You might not like Spanish music. However, you'll say, okay, well, I'll go with you. But then as the relationship goes on, going to that Spanish club, going to that reggae club may frustrate you. You may feel like, well, damn, you're dragging me out to the club. What I'm saying is make sure that you are who you are at the beginning of the relationship. Because a lot of people get into a relationship and they lose who they are. But this is what people don't never tell them. You lost who you were the first week of the relationship. The first week of the relationship. So when people talk about being submissive, that means I'm not trying to overpower you. I'm trying to let you kind of do your thing and see where this is going. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, Tony said a lot of these black women from the black community don't want that. And we're better men for leadership. Those cry about wanting a man when they get one don't know how to do or will be willing to take sound advice from male friends to help them in their relationships. Uh, yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I mean, there's some women that won't submit to a man, but like I said before, uh, like I said, it's just they just been taught to do everything on their own, by
Mm-hmm.
themselves. So it's like once again, what you've been taught, when you get a man coming to your life, a lot of times, he doesn't really know leadership. He doesn't really know anything about you, what leadership is. So instead of like coming there to, bring life into your situation, a lot of times he's damaging your situation. So
So
you got to be cautious
he,
about that too.
JC Diaz or Dez, she says, what does that have to do with submission? That's compromise. That's compromise. Shit, we all do things our spouse don't like. It's called having differences. Here's the thing: compromise and submission. I guess I don't understand how you're trying to make that different. Because if I'm submissive to a person, that means I'm compromising on the situation. I'm actually saying I'm not going to overtalk. I'm going to allow something to happen. I'm going to compromise for the greater good, i.e., a man or a female may compromise based on whose decision-making process is better. So I think that when you talk about submission, that's you falling back. That's you not trying to overpower the situation and just kind of say, okay, well, let me see where this thing goes. Let me not be as vocal or whatever it can be. But I think people get it twisted because submission is not I'm going to overpower you. I'm going to forcefully overpower you. I'm going to make you do something. And a lot of men get that twisted when they say, well, my girl not submissive. But in reality, they are submissive. It's just that your idea, they wasn't feeling. What you were saying to do didn't make sense. And that's where that issue comes in at, in reference to getting a woman or getting a man and you guys actually click and make sense. Because when you have someone thinking up here and the other person is thinking here, it's not going to be no compromising. It's not going to be no submission. It's going to be friction. It's going to be friction. So whatever words you want to use, me personally, when you say someone is submissive, well, they can be an alpha female. They can be an alpha female. So if they don't allow a man to walk over them, that's not a bad thing. That's because they're strong. But if they allow a man to say, what are your ideas? Okay, that's a great idea. They're being submissive to the situation. They're compromising, saying, I don't have to be in charge. I can fall back. I mean, you may agree to disagree. That's fine. Cool.
No, I mean, I just wanted to say, it's all about having, like similar core values, like I always say. Like I said, you deal with somebody with similar core values, you're not gonna argue, you're not gonna fuss, but at the same time, you're gonna come to a level where y'all don't disrespect each other. You're not gonna call each other out of names. Like we don't have to agree or see eye to eye, but we still try to learn. We still try to see where the other person's coming from without being so judgmental. And John White said communication. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
communication. Yeah, you gotta communicate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way it goes, man, John White, you exactly right. It's about communication. So whatever words you want to use, you know what I'm saying? You can put the blank there. You have to work with your partner. You have to communicate with them, him or her, and let them know, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is the reason I'm trying to do it. What do you think about it? You got to talk to them. Because if you're trying to do everything by yourself, there's no need to be in a relationship. There's no need to say, well, this is my significant other. And I think a lot of times that we get into relationships, but we're still trying to do single shit. We're trying to think single. We're trying to think single. We're trying to live single. And we're not thinking about how that other person is feeling or whatever case be. So, when you talk about submission, that's why I said at the beginning, a lot of when you say submissive, people don't apply that to men. The word they may apply is, oh, did he compromise or not? But they don't say, did he submit? They apply being submissive to women, and they probably apply compromising to men. But me, at some point in time, I feel like they're one and the same. I feel like they're one and the same. And it's not compromising or being submissive to the point where you feel disrespected. That's a no-go. But I think for some reason, a lot of people feel you need to be submissive to my abuse. You need to be submissive to what I think. You need to be submissive to what I tell you to do. And that's just not right.
No, you're right about that. There's no need to be submissive to somebody who's not, loving you, who's not caring about you, your well-being. That works both men and women. The men that do get situations where they do deal with women who are loud or who are obnoxious and just bad news, and they still deal with them. So it works on both ends, and that's why you got to find people that have similar core values and evaluate more than just the physical. Evaluate character and morals, and I just try to see if y'all compatible enough. Because if you're still single, your relationship, you still have everything on your plate. Then why is that other person coming into your life? That's man or woman.
Definitely. I think based on your idea of what the definition is, what verbiage to use, I think whether you start over here or whether you start over here, submissive or compromising, the end result is the same. Working together, allowing someone else to be the leader, you can fall back. It's not that you don't have to be vocal and voice your opinion, but at the end of the day, you guys can work together because someone is going to have the lead idea. Someone is going to have to be able to communicate with the other person for you guys to be on the same team and move at the same time. So at the end of the day, I think that regardless of what verbiage you use, the end result is still the same.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. It's all about, like I said, we're on the same team. Then, end of the day, we're just trying to win. Like I said, you're not willing to sacrifice. You're not really way, you know, to go the extra mile for that person, then, you know, it might as well you just be single and stuff, you know?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, this is a topic where for those people that's married, they've been married for a while, they definitely can understand because I'm sure it's things that have come up where the spouse and the primary unit in that situation, male, female, 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 male, male, whatever the combination is, well, you guys have had a disagreement. And someone had to say, you know what, I'm a rock with your idea. I'm gonna pay the bills the way you want to pay the bills, right? I'm going to I'm gonna hit the gym on this day and this day because you got the gym on this day and this day. Somebody had to compromise. Somebody had to be submissive to the point where I'm going to fall back. I'm going to allow this to happen, and it's not going to be an egotistical thing. So, regardless of what words you want to use, at the end of the day, are you communicating and are you a productive team? That's really what it boils down to, brother.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about teamwork. It's all about being compatible and stuff. You know, y'all not on the same team and speaking the same language, then y'all best not to be, your best are not compatible with each other. Your best, I mean, y'all not in the same playing field. And y'all basically most likely just need to be single and stuff. But it is kind of funny that a lot of people they do say, you know, people, you know, you are very submissive to your boss, but you know, you come home and treat your mate like trash. I never understood that, you know. I don't know why people do that though. Can you explain that?
Say it one more time, JC. I was actually reading John White's comment.
No, I was just saying like why some people are, you know, they're very submissive to authority, they're very submissive to their bosses, their coworkers at work, but come down to their mate, they want to disrespect their mate. You know, what's up with that?
Because we know better. We know better. I don't care what walk of life you're from. If you are representing the average citizen, you work 9 to 5, you may got a couple dollars in the bank, you got a pretty decent credit score, you may have 1 or 2 kids, or you may be thinking about kids, or you may be surrounded by kids because your friend got kids, et cetera, et cetera. The average person, y'all know what I'm talking about. The people with problems, goddammit. The people with real problems. You understand what I'm saying? Us. Us. We understand what authority is. You could have your car note paid up, everything's cool. Your insurance paid up, everything's cool. You ain't no illegal substances in your car. You ain't got no drugs, no liquor. Shit, you just came from church. You good. You sitting up, straight tie, whatever case be. When the officer, male or female, walk up to your car, you know what's gonna happen? Yes, sir. No, ma'am. It ain't gonna be like, what the fuck did you pull me up for? You don't know who I am? Shit, I didn't came from church. You don't know who I am? See, here's the thing. You understand authority. Here's the thing. If someone gets in a relationship with you and they don't appreciate your authority, if they don't appreciate your authority, you understand what I'm saying? If they don't appreciate your authority, they don't appreciate your value. Now, the authority that you have is that you know who you are. You know your self-worth. You have authority over yourself. You have authority when you speak. You have authority when you carry yourself. So if they don't respect you, they're going to treat you a certain type of way. So they can talk cash shit to you, but when a police officer comes to their window or to the door, yes, sir, no, ma'am, oh, yes, ma'am, I'm going to listen to you, whatever you have to say. You should question yourself. You should ask yourself, am I giving off authority when I speak? Am I letting people know you need to take me serious based on my actions? People are not going to take you serious if they don't trust your words and they don't trust your actions. So if you're in a relationship and it started off where she already started disrespecting you, bro, she ain't listening to you, and vice versa. He already started disrespecting you, sis. We understand authority because it's been honed in on us to know what a badge looks like. But a lot of people don't hone in on what potential looks like in our mate. That's why we get with anybody that shows us attention and find out later that's not the person we want to be with.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. You know, a lot of people they're in toxic relationships because, they just want a body to lay down next to, and they're really settling. That's what men and women's problem is. They settle too much, and then instead of finding somebody who meets their core values, their core need, they just want to sit there and settle for the first thing that come churching.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I'm curious. I'm curious to see, like, in regards to how many women feel like they're about to be submissive to a man that doesn't understand his worth or doesn't understand what leadership is about. Because sometimes leadership is not about actually being out front. Leadership is being able to fall back and allowing someone else to be in the front. So I wonder what the audience thinks about what is being submissive. What is being submissive? We got a few viewers right now. So what is being submissive? And maybe we can go from there and start a different, narrative in reference to this conversation. What is being submissive in your eyes? Don't give me a textbook definition. Give me your definition. What is being submissive?
Okay, Jamie said authority does not have about beating or bully behaviors in relations or what I say goes. That is the safe reason most women will not submit because the vast majority of men do not lead with love, respect, and protection. They lead with boastful pride. So,
Mm.
yeah, that's right about that. It's more like I say, it's more like do as I say instead of doing it with love, doing it with passion. You want to do it by force, or you just want to talk the talk, but you don't want to show the example that you can be a good leader. You can be a good divider, more than just financially, but physically, mentally as well too. You have to show her what submission is, not just want the badge and know what's not supposed to come with it.
So Ralph says, not letting man lead me, but God. Okay. When you talk about submission, there's a biblical sense and there's also a worldly sense. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be very clear on which definition that we're going to use in regards to this conversation. So I'm not talking about the biblical sense. Me personally, I'm talking about the worldly common sense thing. I'm talking about sitting down with someone and actually understanding, you know what? We're both educated. We both are financially stable. We both are good people. We both are positive people. We both care about responsibilities. I need to understand that you may feel a strong way about certain things, and I may feel a strong way about certain things. But the smart thing to do is for us to come to a common denominator. What are we going to actually do? Someone is going to have to compromise. Someone is going to have to be submissive to the action because you can't exercise both trains of thoughts at the same time. Somebody's going to have to say, let's go with your idea.
Okay, let's see what Ralph said. Why would you live worldly? Why would you not go by the book of God, the Bible?
Okay, good question. The thing about it is everybody don't believe in God. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand right now. Listen to me. You got to understand that there are millions of people in the world. Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, all these different people. So the name that you identify with, a higher power, someone else may not identify with. When you talk about the Quran versus the Bible, you understand what I'm saying? So my conversation is always going to be generalized because I realize you may not relate to the Christian faith. However, the common sense value in the conversation. The common sense value is we all got to communicate. So show me in the Quran where it says, well, it don't talk about communication in the Quran. It don't talk about communication in the Bible. It don't talk about communication if you're a Buddhist. So my thing about it is I generalize the conversation on a common sense level so everyone can relate, take what they can take from it, and then apply it to what they need to apply.
What's going on, Joni? What's going on, Denise? Melissa said submission is one, having respect, love, and understanding of your relationship. Two is trusting your partner enough to let them take the lead and direction, goals, etc. in your relationship. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Is that Shakia?
Um,
Am I saying that right? Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis, you make a good point. She says, I know great people in the world that don't believe in God. I was a 20-year veteran in the military. We did have a lot of people who did not practice Christianity. They did not believe in God or whatever. They were great parents. They were great friends. They were great soldiers. They were great people. So a lot of times when I talk, it's more of that common sense factor or whatever case may be. And I don't necessarily promote one religion. But it's a lot of good feedback. Melissa, I see you. I see you. I see you. I definitely see you.
Ralph said, "Worldly, no one leaves or bow down to another human. That situation or a ninja moment." John, uh,
But okay. What were okay, so this I don't think our conversation is about somebody bowing down to somebody. And that's what I said in reference to submission. A lot of times when you say submission, it's you're weaker than me. You're not as educated as me. You're not in a position to tell me what to do. But sometimes when you're educated enough, whether you're street smart, whether you have institutional knowledge, or whether you just have life experience, you're smart enough to realize that this is an important time for this person. Stay with me. An important time for this person to make a decision, or this person may have more experience, more institutional knowledge, or more life experience in this particular situation that you don't have to bogart the situation. You can support them with the situation. So I think it's not about someone feeling like they've been depressed, you know what I'm saying, or oppressed. It's about someone understanding I need to be a supporting factor in the situation.
yeah, and then you were saying about, you're book smart, worldly smart. I'm just saying though, I mean, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. There's always something you can learn from each body. I don't care what your degree says. I don't care about your position title. There's always something you can learn from the guy, picking up trash, working at Walmart, Target,
Yeah,
Kroger.
yeah, yeah.
There's always something you can learn from somebody. Everything that you're above anybody, because we're all equal. We're all equal at the end of the day.
John White says, I gotta read this. John White says, if my old lady don't cuss me out and correct me when I'm on some dumb shit, I don't know what her. Hey, listen, here's
Oh,
the thing, man.
accountability, accountability. Yeah.
We all need somebody to be the honest broker for us, to give us the tough love, and to tell us whether in a relationship or just whether it's a friend relationship or it's a physical relationship, whether that's your significant other. We need someone to exercise tough love and to be the honest broker. If you have someone in your life right now, ladies and gentlemen, even if we don't agree, let's agree on one thing. You need somebody in your life to do two things: to be the honest broker and to be able to give you tough love. You're not always going to be right, and you need somebody to tell you you were wrong, and also to give you good, common, damn sense in reference to how to fix the situation. You may be mad at somebody, and it might have been your fault. You may be acting on something, and it might have been your fault. You need good people around you to tell you, yo, bro, you out of line. You out of line. So I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. What Melissa
Yeah.
talking about?
Melissa said,
Definitely. I definitely agree with that.
you said, right, hold each other accountable and keep each other together. Yeah, I mean, that's what I feel like, submission too is like also keeping each other accountable. Like you were saying, if I'm in the wrong, you pull me to the side, like, hey, something you said, maybe something you posted or something you written was out of context. I just want to pull you to the side. What you don't want to do is put that man on blast and have everybody look down on the brother. You always want to, you know, pull a brother to a side or pull a sister to a side and be like, hey, you could have done this better, or let's do it this way. This would be a lot better for your image. And it's all about taking criticism, hard criticism, and being able to take it and not put your ego into it like they're trying to attack you. A lot of
Mm.
people do. They end up thinking that criticism is attacking when it's just better, just trying to better yourself. A lot of times, men and women, they feel like they know everything and they can't be taught anything. But I feel like I said earlier, like I don't care how much money, how much fame, or how much successful you have. You always can learn something from the next person because someone always brings something to the table that
No
you're
doubt.
missing. Always have some kind of lock, some kind of key that you're missing to the puzzle. So you can learn from everybody. Like I learned from Mario, I learned from everybody to come on and people that I talk to daily. I've never at a position where I feel like I know everything. Like I said, I don't know anything. I just try to learn and take wisdom and take all the nuggets I can take.
Let, let,
throughout my
let,
journey.
let me, JC, let me give y'all an example, man. I'm in a relationship with a attractive, smart, beautiful woman right now. She's the mother of my youngest child, right? And I am a hard charger. That's what we say we used to say in the military. I'm a hard charger, and I'm a thinker. But my patience was not as keen as I wanted it to be. However, her patience for dealing with certain things was very. She had a lot of coof. That's her word, coof, for the situation. For those people, she had a understanding. She had a movement or a mobility or a recognition to a situation that made you say, "Okay, let me take some notes. Let me take some notes." So I took some notes, and I appreciate it, because my thing about it is people have to learn how to exercise restraint and also learn patience. They have to exercise restraint and also learn patience. And ladies, I want to tell y'all something real quick. Sometimes you get men and they're so used to being the alpha male that they don't understand how to say, let me chill. They're used to saying, I need to be in charge. I need to be saying, this is what it is. This is what we're doing. Let's move out. But sometimes you can have a great idea, but sometimes your ideas could be counterproductive. And I know it's hard to believe for educated men. I know it's hard to believe for alpha males. I know it's hard to believe that Monique said, yeah, I see. In my face, Monique. I'm saying, I know it's hard to believe that for some people, it's like, but somebody else could have the better idea. Somebody else could have the way to move forward to make you say, let me chill out and actually let somebody else take the lead. So it's okay to let somebody else have a good idea. You don't have to be the star player all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's to the men. Monique, I don't even know you right now, but I'm gonna give you the duck lips. Hey, John, I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just want to be open and honest with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all time. JC, what's up, man?
Oh no, Justin said women are like drill sergeants. Everything they do is test you down. Do can be built stronger than before. That's why I pay attention to everything, good and bad, because they're the list to be taught. Oh wow, I'm really surprised that Justin said that. But anyway, I appreciate you learning the good times, the bad things, and you always have to self-assess your errors, your misfortunes, and like you reconcile and just be a better person. Because I feel like we're all learning, we're all make mistakes, and you don't feel like there's any kind of errors, any kind of mishaps that you've done personally, then you're really not going to grow, you're really not going to expand. And you're always pointing the fingers at others and never, point your finger at yourself and like, what could I have done better? Then you're not really going to learn, you're not really going to expand and grow. So that's my take.
I think that the conversation that you decided to have tonight, one, was needed. Two, I think people need to understand, especially, I'm gonna talk to the women real quick. And I know I've kind of been talking about the fellas and talking to the fellas a lot tonight. So I'm gonna talk to the ladies real quick. Ladies, don't give up on finding the man for you. Don't think that your standards are too high for a man, because I don't care how many degrees you have. Ladies, stay with me. There's a man out there that has the equivalent to your common sense. I don't care how many degrees you have, how many plaques you have on the wall. There's a man out there that's equivalent to your common sense. That means you think that when a man goes to the bathroom, he should know how to put the toilet seat down. He should know that he needs to wash his hands and dry his hands before. There's a man out there with your level of thinking. Don't give up on finding love. Now, here's the thing. If you found someone to be with, grow with that person. Grow with that person. Teach that person. Stop going to the same old clubs. Go to different places. Hey, we're going to the museum today. We're going to the orchestra, the opera today. We're doing different things because I want us to be enlightened, and I want us to grow. If you ain't got the money right now and you trying to build up, talk about it, goddammit. It's okay. Research it. Let them know that you're thinking outside the box so that way they don't have to say, oh, this person's mundane. This person thinks the same way about everything. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people out there that are sophisticated, energized, motivated, and pumped up about life. You have to make sure you make yourself available for those people. Don't let your friends, your family members, don't let people who are used to going nowhere, don't let people who are used to going nowhere dictate where you go in life. Don't let them stop you, because if you let them stop you, you're going to be sitting in the same rut in 2020 talking about what you should have did last year. In December, you're going to be like, oh, girl, I'm about to come up with a New Year's resolution. And in 2020, you're not going to do nothing because you're around the same old people. Submissive, compromising. Learn to work with the person that you believe has the best potential. Use whatever words you want to use. I'm not here to tell you what to use. Use whatever word works for you. I'm saying at the end of the day, learn to work with the person that has the best potential for your life. I'm going to leave that alone. JC, talk to me, bro.
Nah, you're right about that. You gotta surround yourself with positive people who's gonna uplift you, make sure you do better, hold you accountable to your words, your actions, and like I said, you're here to grow, expand. A lot of people you're trying to get on level 3, level 4. They're still trying to be on level 1. Then you gotta cut ties. And life is all about growing and evolution and always evolving yourself. Always redefining who you are and the context that you be with. You never know who you may run into, who you may find. And it's all about being open to new suggestions and new places to meet new people at and new opportunities to be at.
So, JC, let me hit this real quick because I love this type of stuff. Ralph Pace says, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see it, she's I think it sounds like a he, but I don't know. So you say that not find a educated, godly, honest man, but find someone to be friends with. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not friends with the person that you're in a relationship with, you shouldn't be in a relationship with them. However, if you sit down and you develop dating principles and practices, you're going to find out if they're a godly person, if they are a role model, if they believe in protecting their children, their relationships, and their self. You're going to find out if they know their worth or not. Talk to me. You're going to find out who they are because you're going to communicate. Here's the thing. People, whether it's John White, Melissa, Jay, whoever it is on this live right now, everyone has been consistent with saying one word, communication. But I'm going to throw in something else because I believe it. But positive communication. Not just saying anything, but positive communication. Do you believe in taking care of your kids? Do you believe in paying your bills on time? Do you believe in coming home at night at a decent hour? These are all things that you need to incorporate inside a conversation at the beginning before you can compromise, before you can be submissive, or before you can do anything else. You have to communicate who you are, what you want, what you're about, and what you're going to tolerate and not tolerate. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself being submissive to a man that don't know you, that don't respect you, and don't appreciate you. JC, go ahead, bro. I'll be right back.
No, you're right about that. You being submissive. Don't be submissive to a man, to weak-minded man, no direction, no kind of vision. And don't just fall for potential too. I feel like nothing wrong with a man not having much, but if he's not working towards trying to better himself, trying to get better in all aspects of life, don't let that man string you along and waste your time and waste valuable years that you're not getting back. So have your self worth, have your self love, and make sure that that you're better than that. Uh, Jamie said, so you said be supportive in the same debate. You and so another black man. Wow, that's funny. Nick said, I can't fall for potential at my age, but it should be a friend. No. He said he said he got paid. Well, that's funny. But no, like I said, I'm sitting there and fall for potential because you'll end up trying to build with this man. He'll go out and find somebody else to marry or get with. So you're gonna take your hard-earned work, your sacrifice, and get with another woman and build herself a queen and an empire. So you know, just be careful. He's working, is in school. You can work with that. You can work with his vision, but if you're not trying to work, you're not trying to be productive, you're not trying to go back to school, not trying to educate himself, go to a trade school, college, something, then you don't want to sit there and string yourself along to an anchor that's just sinking. How you bet?
I had to go to the bathroom. I mean, shit is real. I had to go to the bathroom, y'all. Real.
Okay.
What did Jamie say? So you said be supportive, and in the same debate, you insult another black man. Who? Who? I don't know who Jamie's talking about. She talking about you?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
what about the
definitely.
one? What about the
I'm
one where
trying to
Jamie
catch up.
said? No, Jamie
Go.
said he said fall in love with potential, and then Monique said I can't fall for potential at my age, but he should be a friend. No, what's your take on that?
Um. So here's the thing. Regardless if you everything in your life right now, you deal with people based on potential. Whether they're a potential friend, potential lover, potential enemy, potential client, potential supervisor, coworker, you deal with people based on potential. And that potential outlines a lot of things. The potential outlines loyalty, respect, honesty. It outlines a lot of things. So you gauge people based on their potential, based on what they've done, what they've showed you, based on their actions and their verbiage. So when you talk about people in relationships or meeting someone new, you gauging them on their potential. Okay, hey, they're appealing to the eye. You've had a conversation with them. Okay, they're articulate. They sound educated, right? You're gauging them on their potential. And based on that potential, based on how good you feel about that person and what they're saying, you allow them to move to the next step, which is the getting to know you part. You see what I'm saying? If you're going, here's my thing. If a man asks you out to dinner right off the bat, I can tell you right now, you should be cautious. You should be cautious. You shouldn't want to meet that man at night. Meet that man somewhere where there's no liquor involved. Don't be inebriated having this conversation. You need to exercise the fact that you are examining his full potential and vice versa. Fellas, if you decide to take a woman out, I'm going to go get lunch or whatever case may be, examine her full potential. Don't be inebriated. Drink a little coffee, maybe. Drink some water, drink a shake, but find out who she is. Find out what her goals are. Find out, you know what I'm saying, what she thinks is important in life. Find out if she has kids, if she takes care of kids. Find out all the things you need to find out up front.
Yeah, but
Somebody
my
says
thing,
you don't have to drink to have dinner. Yeah, you're exactly right, Justin. But here's the thing. My thing is, if you can have dinner, and I get it. If you do lunch, now it doesn't obligate that woman, if she doesn't feel comfortable with you, to be with you at 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. See what I'm saying? Now she can meet you in the daylight. You know what I'm saying? And really, it's more, I wouldn't say formal, but semi-formal. And and you can always make it fun. But it just goes to show you, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. It goes to show you how many people think dinner is more appropriate than lunch. Because trust me, a lot of deals get closed at lunchtime. A lot of deals get closed at lunchtime.
yeah, Jamie said I thought this was a conversation on submission. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're talking about submission.
Oh, it's definitely it's that. Here's the thing: if you don't use the word submission in every statement, it's okay. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Here's the thing, y'all. If you are looking for a partner, if you are already in a relationship, the thing about it is whether you say compromise, whether you say the word submission, or whether you just say, you know what, this is me giving the other person an opportunity to take the lead. Cool. What needs to happen is you need to have positive communication regardless of what the situation is. And really, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. How you make that other person feel, what it is that you're saying in regards to get your point across, how you're articulating to say, hey, look, I have the better idea and this is why. And it's up to that other person to say, I'm going to take the ego out. I'm gonna be submissive, or I'm a compromise to the situation. So we still talking about compromise, and we still talking about submission, but every word doesn't have to be, oh, submission, 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 or whatever case may be. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but one thing too, once again, you don't want to sit there and lose yourself. That doesn't mean submission. I mean, like you said, it doesn't mean you're taking advantage of somebody. It doesn't mean you're over somebody. It just means that y'all coming at a common agreement. You know, whether I have good ideas, bad ideas. You know, you're like I said, you gotta base each other off their weaknesses and their strengths. That's why it's important to know what each other's strengths are, the weaknesses are, whether it's finances, whether it's managing money, whether it's dealing with kids. You know, figure out what each other person is good at it, try to balance things out, because, like I said, we all just need to get along and both you like attributes of strength of lift each other and not tear each other down and like degrade each other, like because they don't know how to do certain things. You may be, more
Definitely.
educated or more sophisticated in those areas as well too.
John, Justin, and Jamie, all these J's, right? John says, hey, meet him or her where you want to because then you're not being yourself. Gotta be real so the both parties understand. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying based on experience, if you feel comfortable, ladies, meeting a man that just approached you in a grocery store or at the gas station and say, hey, I find you extremely attractive. I want to get to know you. Can I take you to dinner? If you feel comfortable going to dinner because that man gave you a good vibe, then go to dinner. I'm saying what I'm gonna tell my daughters is go to lunch with him first. Once you kind of exercise the whole, okay, well, I found out a little bit more about him before I just committed myself to either one, him knowing where I stay at, or me going to his house, or whatever the case may be. Meet him at wherever you having lunch at, and to me, it's more appropriate. But whatever you feel comfortable with, cool. Jamie says submission does not mean dormant. We kind of talked about that earlier in this segment, but I definitely agree with that, or whatever case may be. And it was one more. Justin says food is food, but I get what you're saying though. So I appreciate that, or whatever case may be. And again, everybody's going to have a different perspective based on their maturity level, based on the things that they've experienced, and based on just what they've learned over time. So I get it. I get it. This is not for you to live by. This is for you to take in what applies, and if it don't apply, let it fly. That's how I feel.
Yeah, man, to that, what's going on? Latoya Johnson, what's going on with you? Jamie said, John, well, you can only teach those who are willing to learn with love and like and pride. Yeah, like I said, don't be submissive to a man or woman who's not really, accepting of you to have a voice or you and voicing your opinion or y'all coming to a common ground. You don't want to be submissive to that. Like I said, it's supposed to come to an agreement. Like I said, y'all likes dislikes may be different, but y'all need to come to a common ground. Um, that's basically all I gotta say though. You got anything else to say?
Hey, first of all, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm hoping that something in here resonated with you that you can kind of apply. And if it don't apply, hopefully it apply to somebody in your circle or whatever case to be. Everybody's comments counts. Everybody opinions matter because what you don't know is someone is sitting down reading verbatim every comment that has been made. Every time you share something that you said, hey, this might not work for me, but it may work for somebody else. So I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate JC always, my brother invited me onto his platform to be able to speak to the people, to give my opinion, my assessment of things. So again, we're not 100% perfect. However, we're just hopefully you see us being honest and being direct and just having a good time or whatever. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this: be safe, be humble, and make sure that y'all continue to support JC. He's doing big things. If you get an opportunity, please support me, Mr. KTU 101 on all social media platforms. Definitely hit me up on YouTube. Peace and love. JC, I appreciate you, bro. Till next time.
All right, man. Appreciate you joining me. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all check out Mario. He's big, makes some good videos on YouTube, Instagram, etc. Make sure you check him out. Anybody want to join me for a future live or have any kind of discussion, any kind of debates, or any kind of questions y'all have for me, let me know. And or thank you for tuning in. Everybody have a blessed night. Make sure y'all share this video. Y'all subscribe to my channel. And everybody have a blessed night. Peace.